Hello, my name is Beelzeboob Bixby III, and this is my alchemical familiar, Jam Jam.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. Now, did you know that the Danger Club podcast has a Patreon? And that has exclusive content and rewards for all of you daredevils. You can hear more from me if you like. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Yes? Then head on down to the Danger Club podcast Patreon. Jam Jam, away!
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Just stand down. We don't have to kill you.
No, please, let my sister live. Let my sister live.
We need to get into the Scrivenborough.
The Scrivenborough, it exacts a terrible price. I don't know who I am trying to save. Only that I must save them.
Did I cause destruction in my own selfish ways?
Oh, friend, we're all selfish at times.
Look between the shop that sells pots and the shop that sells animals. Sir, and I help you when you do.
The adventure continues now.
I was going to begin by, I think, Scott, in the last episode, you sang that song about, like, I put 5 on it. It's stuck in my head now.
Is it really? I did that as I was walking away from the computer as well.
Yeah, it was just enough, and my brain was like, oh yeah, that song. And I was making my tea being like,
big tune. Who's it by, Cole?
It's by the Loonies. I wondered why that was in my head, to be honest.
You're all welcome for the subliminal earworm. Yeah, that was a big tune. That was on one of my first ever recorded tapes I recorded off the radio, that was, when I was a youngster.
Player, give me some brew and I might just chill, but I'm the type to light another joint like Cypress Hill. Yeah.
I still have the CD single of that. Still got it.
What's the B-side? Yeah. There's a B-side, isn't there?
I've got 4 on it, but it didn't do so well.
He was gradually notching it up until he hit the golden number. Just been like,
yeah, sure.
Got 7 on it. Now gone too far. No, too far.
Oh, there's a fun one. What's your first record purchase?
First
one bought for you,
or are we talking about tape? Because this is a completely different.
Well, the first piece of music, right?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. To broaden it, to narrow it down a bit, the first single I bought, I actually went down to long player and I bought it on tape. Was "Insomnia" by Faithless.
Sick.
I was like,
nice.
Really? I had mixtapes before and I had hand-me-downs. My brother had given me some album stuff, but the one I actually went out was like, I need that song, and I went and bought it on tape.
Right. Yeah. But the first piece that I owned was a present. It was given to me by Father Christmas. Thanks very much. At the rugby club.
You're welcome.
It was Europe. Final Countdown.
Nice.
And it was on vinyl. Yeah, it was on it was like proper on vinyl. But like, when I opened it up in front of all the other like rugby kids, age 6, and it had all these like sort of fey rockers with all this long hair and stuff. Like everyone was like, "What the hell is it?" Like no one knew what it was except for me. I fucking loved it. You know what I mean? Like, but it did not go down well with the rugby lads very much. Like I got laughed at hard.
So when I was like 5, all I wanted was a Walkman. Do you know what I mean? All I wanted was a Walkman, and I asked for one for Christmas, similar sort of thing, drum. And that Christmas, I got one, and it wasn't like a Sony Walkman; it was like a cheaper version. But I wanted the earphones with like the fluffy, earphone things, and I always wanted the headphones. And my mum got me 2 tapes. One was like the Best Love album or something like that, right? But the second cassette was Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. Now, Thriller was already out by this point. So Thriller was released, but she chose to school me and give me Off the Wall instead. Big up my mum.
Yeah, fair dues.
Very nice. First one that was ever bought for me, Michael Jackson, Dangerous. First one I ever bought of my own choice, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the single. You're welcome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
That's mad, Dan. I also had the Dangerous album by Michael Jackson given to me, but it was given to me. Yeah, that was my entry. I also then got given to me Earth Song, the single, as well. Yeah, which there's a difference between those 2 records. One of them's good and one of them's not. And I also had given to me a lot of Will Smith when I was younger. A lot of Will Smith.
Millennium?
getting jiggy with it, and Millennium, the Big Willie style.
The big tunes.
Yeah. To be fair, like now they are retro cool, motherfucker.
Yeah, they're all right. I mean, let's not go that far, but they're okay. And he's a very good actor. And but what I first went out and bought for myself was Americana, the album by The Offspring. There's a difference there, isn't there? There's a difference between getting that stuff and then being like, this is what I choose to buy with my pocket money.
Now, were you saying that Dangerous wasn't a good album?
No. I was saying that Earth Song wasn't a good song.
Just wanted to clear that. That's fair.
Dangerous is a great album, but you have to listen to it in the right way, like I did as a kid, which was to cut a hole in a cardboard box to make a TV and make your parents watch you stage a version of MTV where the only songs you play are tracks from Michael Jackson Dangerous because it's the only CD you own.
Nice.
Yeah. Entertainment from the off, man. Like the first... Go on.
I was going to say, what about Ross? What
about Ross?
Conspicuously silent there, Ross.
It was like the ones I bought myself. It was like a mixture. I can't really remember because my memory's bad. No, Linkin Park Hybrid Theory.
Great album.
Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish, and the Hot Dog Flavored Water, and Papa Roach Infest.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a theme there.
There is a theme there.
I got those in order after I got Offspring Americana. Like that was my first one, and then when those all came out in the following years, I got them all as well.
Yeah, and also Eminem as well, Marshall Mathers LP.
I haven't even gone into the ones that I bought myself. I mean,
that's exactly what I was going to say. Like talking about
might be a bigger conversation,
man. Like the first one I ever got was LFO Frequencies. That's like that was about 91. Do you know that one? Like it's a fucking badass, like deep house album. Like LFO with the fucking nuts, man. Like anyway, anyone out there who digs that, man, give me a high five, electro style.
Yeah.
Love it.
Do you reckon?
Go on, Colin. What did you buy yourself?
All right, so when I was quite young, I bought, and I've still got this on vinyl, Now 20, right? Which is
There's some good
ridiculous
stuff on those old Now albums.
Oh my God, yeah, I mean, I was a kid, so I was just like, I had some money for a birthday or something. The first cassette single I ever bought was Crisscross Jump.
Oh, nice.
Which is a banger. Like, again, I'm still quite young by this point. And then I think the first kind of album I bought for myself, like on CD or something, I don't know, I'll have to think about it a little bit more because I can't actually remember what that was.
I had Smurfs Go Pop on the cassette that was bought for me. So it was basically just all the pop songs at the time, but just sung with a really annoying Smurf.
Oh, now it all falls into place.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah.
I used to just record my own stuff. Like I got a cassette recorder when I was very young. Was not interested in cassettes at all, but it could record on it, and so I just wanted to make my own talk radio shows and the only guest was just my brother as a sequence of different guests, and every one of them pissed off that he had to be on this show and didn't want to do it, but he was my little brother, so I'd just be like, and here we're joined with an expert on Lego, and he's just like, I don't want to do this.
I had some random tapes that I used to listen to. I used to listen to Blackadder Does Comic Relief on tape.
Brilliant.
Jasper Carrot Live on tape.
I had that I had Jasper Carrot Live on vinyl, and I had like Best of Monty Python on vinyl that I used, like before music, I used to listen to. Yeah.
I've just realised what it was. The first album that I bought for myself was NWA's second album. It's a sick album. Like the beats on that album are just ridiculous. In retrospect, like the lyrics are really sort of like obscene. They just went completely as far as they could go with gangster rap in 1991. But the production on that album, some argue, is Dr. Dre's best production.
Absolutely, it was fantastic, man. There's great tunes on that. Anyway, so if anyone else like wonders where we get our musical inspiration from, there you go, guys. Go check out our back catalogue. You know now. What we listen to.
Get on the Discord. Let us know.
Yeah, we want to hear about yours.
Yeah.
Do you reckon like that time of being handed music, that time of being handed music, and then the time we started buying our own music, I reckon we had more eclectic tastes back then. There's a time, like, not now we've all sort of like grown up and stuff, but there's a time as like young adults your music taste narrows down to like one genre, and you sort of look back as an adult and go, look, when I was a kid and just buy, I like this and I like that, I've been given this, like, record collection would have been weird, man. It would have been like they are now, I guess. It's sort of like mirrors your older life.
Yeah, and you've definitely, I think the decline of the kind of clans that you used to have, because you just couldn't afford all the music. So, like, when I was a teenager, like, I had I had albums of like heavy metal and stuff like that. So that defined who I was, and that's because that's what I listened to, and that's the people I hung out with. Whereas now, like with Spotify, it doesn't exist anymore. I'm sure kids don't have that, because it's like, I like everything. It's like, well.
They talk about this on lots of podcasts I listen to, actually, where they talk about the fact that when we were kids, you would get the money for like one album. You'd save up for weeks to get one album, and you'd buy that album, and no matter what, you'd fucking play it. You'd play it and play it and play it, because you couldn't afford to go and get another album. So, some shit albums became quite good to you. Do you see what I mean? Because you had to listen to them more than once. Like nowadays, if I listen to an album once and I didn't really like it, I won't listen to it again. But back in the day, I would have listened to that album maybe 10 times, and I would have gone, do you know what? Actually, I can see why that's really good. Because, you
pick and cheat. I think you handpick, don't you, from albums now, or people just go, I like that song from that album, I like that one from that album.
People don't listen to playlists, that's why. Just make your own playlist of that genre and call it a random word, and then you've got your own playlist. That's what people do these days, isn't it?
I remember when the sort of defining moment of when I felt like I'd grown up was I sold all my He-Man toys and my Transformers so that I could buy the Prodigy Jilted Generation album, because I couldn't afford it with that. So I sold all these toys and and I loved those toys, and I still sort of loved them, you know what I mean? But I was like, this is so much more important, you know what I mean? It's just like everything went, man, you know what I mean? So that I had like 15 quid to buy that album, and that was all I listened to all song.
I kept trying to understand the point where I'd grown up, and around the point when I with you guys started a company with my friends where we play role-playing games about people who fight slime. I decided, you know what, we're never going to grow up. Let's just embrace it and deal with it. But you guys
are the most grown-up thing you're ever going to do, and it's about playing games, man.
I know, right? This is our job now, man.
I tell you what, that was hard to change that preamble, though, wasn't it? Because we could have talked about that.
It was a hard link.
That was like a chat in a pub, but we could have carried on all night.
Oh my God, couldn't we? I miss pubs, I miss those talks, I miss all of them, but what I don't miss is fighting slimes, because we're done with that for the moment. You have defeated those slimes very handily. Long combat, but some good tactics there. I feel like for the first early bit of it, you guys were kind of seeing if you could feel out the combats and spreading your damage around quite a lot and getting a lot of enemies, and then as soon as it started to get focused of just like take out the machine, deal with this, lock down this, you guys brought everything down.
I think as soon as Velda took out the machine, I think that was the sort of turning point, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think because and I was quite surprised by that, and also rather restrained for the Danger Club. Maybe we are growing up a little bit. We were looking for ways out of that combat where we didn't have to kill every Nicken in the room, because it's just like, it was like, guys, seriously, we just want to talk. We just got a few questions, then we'll be on our way. Like, everything's cool. And they were like, no!
It was our only lead. Like, if we killed those guys, we'd have been back to square one, and none of us wanted to be there.
Scott, you were so right. You shouted out, sorry, man. You were so right. You shouted out machine straight away. And none of us hit the machine for like a whole episode, and I'm really sorry about that.
But you got there in the end, and that's sort of an arc.
Half the battle.
There's sort of an arc there, and that's good. That is a good thing. I was thinking about that, and our whole slightly more tending toward pacifistic nature this battle round. We were like, we can just like ducking bombs and acid. And you do. It's an interesting thing for morality, isn't it? Because if we'd just gone in as murder hobos, like dungeon crawlers, like, I see a living thing, I will slay it, like some people play it. you would have the advantage in the battle because you went in with the intent to fight and kill first. But we soaked up a load of our rounds, Bubba and Beelzeboob, by trying to diplomatically or intimidate and do all that kind of stuff first, and then we soak a bit of rounds there. We give the enemy the advantage because they've got a couple of extra action economy. In terms of action economy, they've got a couple of extra goes on us. So you're a bit like, well, I can see why people do murder hobering, because if you're trying to be nice about it, if you're trying to be neutral or good about it, then you get stabbed first. So, but
there's definitely some encounters where that shock and awe factor can be an advantage. They were I kind of had in my notes of just kind of like they both fight until one of them goes down. As soon as one of them goes down, the other one is going to surrender to protect them, because ultimately they care about each other. And so I was like, okay, so the way you guys go with the kind of, especially with like the damage that Fulton can turn out in a round, there's a good chance that you guys just steamroll in, take one of them out, and it's over in a couple of rounds. Or maybe I was worried about whether we get the gelatinous cube into play, because I really wanted to play with that cube. And as it was for a whole episode, or for quite a few things, not really through tactics or anything, just through how it played out, you guys were like, 2 points of damage to you, and 2 points of damage to you, and 2 points to you, and 2 points to you. And they were just slowly going down at equal amounts. And I'm just like, oh God, I can't think of a way of them surrendering.
Yeah.
Finally, you got one.
I have to say, Karagor was bang on the money with the machine, but for my part as a player, I didn't want to take the machine out too quick, because then we'd have to look at Dan's sad face when we stopped another encounter he was really looking forward to really quick. And the joy, Dangerlings, when that gelatinous cube came splutting out the machine, it was worth it. It was totally worth it. We were like,
we were so happy
like to give back as players as well.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
We like to give you
that was everything I wanted from a gelatinous cube encounter. That was great fun.
Hey, and also the cube was hench, and the other slime was rubbish. Although I did hit it with with the fire, but the cube took up respect to the cube.
He's got a D8 back there, and it scales. So when he turns the machine on a 1 to 2, it's just a fart, and a 3 to 4, it's Lynx Africa, and then 5 to 6,
which is the most dangerous thing,
and then 8 is like a gelatinous cube.
Well, Lynx Africa has a mind control effect, which can be particularly dangerous. It turns you into a complete arsehole. Just one whiff.
Lynx Africa, otherwise known as Axe body spray for our overseas listeners.
I think
Sewer Ooze does sound like a rejected Lynx fragrance, doesn't it? It's like one that got left on the drawing board.
That's the little sort of budget range. And it's from Germany, so it's like ooze. Yeah. No, that means pleasant in German or whatever.
Do I want bastard fresh, or do I want sewer ooze?
God, I'd love to have bastard fresh.
Bastard fresh.
God, great.
So what are we doing? What's going on? Are we going to go and rest, or are we going to go and...
All right, so let's pick it up. Let's make this, because you've got decisions to make, but we can make them in character. We know where you're at. You stepped out of the sewers where everything was going on, back out into the street. So you're on the outskirts of Quantium. Remember, you went outside the city walls, and you're kind of in the sparsely laid out streets. Burke has gone. He's gone off on his way after you sort of saved him and patched him up. He's limped off to carry on his horrible Frogger murdering ways. And you are basically alone.
Did we
on
not
the
kill him either?
No,
What's
you didn't kill him.
To us? What are we doing? What are we letting these people go? I mean, those two in there were all right, but he actually murdered people. We should have killed him.
He was a piece of shit. We should have taken him out. Yeah.
We're in a new country. We don't know the local customs. Maybe this is just a normal thing. Every third day of September, you frog someone to death.
It is night time now, so what would you like?
Yeah, I'm also very tired. I have very few spells left, and I would like a bed to lie on.
It's probably good if we go and get some sleep in it before we go anywhere else.
Yes.
Yeah, and maybe some schnoopy times.
Oh, should we go and get some fish? Should we have a little meal? Should we go and sit?
Let's have some yummies.
Before we do, Velda looks sort of sideways again at Beelzeboob and Fulton and anyone else who is absolutely covered in filth and muck and stinks. I mean, maybe quick wash somewhere.
Velda, can't you do a little hand gestury thing?
I can. Velda does a little hand gestury thing.
and then just spritz all that dirt off them, and you got one of them. It's like a cantrip, isn't it?
What's it called?
What do you think I am?
Prestidigitation.
Velda Africa or something? Like I don't have the power to freshen.
Don't worry, it's all right, Velda. It's all right, Velda. Bob can do it.
I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. And he passed prestidigitation.
Nice.
Prestidigitation.
It takes all the fun out of having a bath and getting yourself ready for a night out, you know?
I mean, it doesn't clean them up 100%. It just makes them look a little bit...
Yeah, I know. They still smell.
To wash.
It means we can go into a restaurant.
Exactly.
But why don't we get dressed up and go out for a night out? Come on, what's wrong with you?
To be honest, with the way that Beelzeboob is looking, I thought about casting Gentle Repose. But it's pretty bad.
I have a scrubbing brush, Father, which I can use to clean us. Jam has. It's like a toilet brush. It's just like a little bristly brush.
No, that won't be necessary, Jam.
Where does he keep the brush?
Jam, was that your first time in combat? How did it go?
Very well. Jam has just visible dents in his face in the shape of the clay fists of the creature.
It's always like that the first time, Jam. Let me tell you, I could tell you all the bruises and knocks and cuts and wounds I took my first few scraps, but it gets better. All you got to do is outlive them, survive them, and you slowly get better, mate.
Yes.
Yeah, would you like some healing or something, Jam?
I've never been healed before. I do not know what effect it would have on me.
Okay, let's try it. She uses medic stuff on him.
She's trying to treat wounds on Jam, who again, we should remind you, is effectively one large wound.
Is this going to fix him? Oh, God.
Give us a medicine check.
Medicine check. Oh, my goodness.
You couldn't kill Jam here.
29?
A 29. Okay. So yes, we won't make you roll for it because that will be definitely enough healing to get him back up to full. So you wrap him up in bandages and leave Jam looking like a tiny mummy, just his little eyes peering out from it. Oh, he says, sort of staggering around. A passerby screams, drops what they're carrying, and just runs off down the
road. Judging from that reaction, are mummies like a thing round here? Do they come across them a lot? Because should we be?
Everybody's got a mummy.
No, it's not that kind. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. We're not on the level at the moment.
Let's go and get a table for what is it? 5, 6.
I thought we're going to get dressed up. What the fuck is wrong with you all?
Yeah, we're going to go and get dressed up, and then we're going to go into the restaurant.
Okay, but let's go back to the place.
Let us go into the markets and buy some of the finest robes that we can afford.
It's night time.
Yeah,
it's not going to be open. It's a market that 20. How many hours are in a day here?
The same as anywhere else.
Same as everywhere.
Okay.
You're not on Mars, Drummond.
Days are longer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Although days on Mars are about the same as Earth. But
okay, great. So 24 hours market, is this what it is? I don't know.
Is the market still open?
Yeah. You head back into the city and head back to the bazaar. A lot of the bazaar, the Grand Bazaar, is closed. But there are quite a few. There's a lot of food markets out. There's loads of people selling street food while you're out, and there's just this sort of smell of spices and cumin and stuff as you're walking on. Cumin is a spice, but very overwhelming sort of scent of that, and cooking rice and things as you walk along the streets.
Hey, wait! I've got you lot. It's a good thing that there's some still part of this still open because. We all need to buy centipedes.
Why? What's centipedes?
Why need to buy centipedes?
Why?
We all need to buy centipedes, right? So, listen. We get the centipedes, right? And we bond with them, okay? And we name them and we love them, okay? And you spend a bit of time with them, create some memories with them, right? And then when we get to Scrivenborough, it's like, oh, what did you want to give? I'll be like, centipede, I love it. I love this centipede. Yeet it off into the void or whatever it's got there. Job's a good one. Don't have to give anything else up. No weird secrets, no memories taken from your brain. Just toss your centipede at the Scrivenborough.
I like that idea.
I mean, how are you intending to become that familiar and friendly with the centipede? I mean, you're going to buy
the same way that you always would. You who cannot love anyone. Listen, you just bond with an animal. All right,
so that is not true. Like
should we get
Scruffles
things that,
virgin.
you know, we'd probably like a little bit like a cat or something?
Yeah, let's go to the pet shop.
But
then we have to be bad to the animals, and I cannot abide that kind of
No,
shit.
you don't have to be bad
They're
to
not
it. You just
animals,
have
they're
to...
centipedes.
Look, I think you're taking this rather literally. I remember our friend back in the sewers, you see, and what the price was is something that he was unwilling to give. And of course, that's the memory of his precious loved one that he spent his life trying to restore.
Exactly.
And not a physical thing.
No, well, it was a physical thing. That person was a person at one point, and it's gone from them now.
Well, I'll tell you
No,
what.
but it's the memories that was taken away.
Well, it takes the memories of our centipedes instead, and we get to keep the centipedes even better. We wake up the next morning and be like, oh, look at this bloody centipede here. It's my mate, centipede.
Look, why don't we make sure that we have a really nice night tonight, and that'll be the memory we all give away? Do you know what I mean?
Or we could buy like an elderly dog that's got 1 day left to live, and then it passes away, and then we're like, oh, really sad, and then they say, oh, we can take the memory away, but you have to give it back to life. And then
I have a feeling that we're not going to get a choice of it, and it might not be a memory of something. I think it could be anything. Okay, it could be. It could be. They will take away your sense of dignity. Or they could take away.
not my choo-chees.
When Fulton was just talking about the elderly dog, Karagor instantly weeps. Oh, it's only so sad. It's only so sad. I can't do it.
Look, unless this library is run by an idiot demon, I think we're not going to be able to second guess and outguess it. Well, I'm not and Velda's holding Jin at this point, like rubbing his head and scruffing him, and being like, "We're not giving it away."
I would imagine that you're right.
Let's go to the fancy...
Nice idea, though.
Excuse me, sir.
Clarence, we're going to leave you in charge of the demon library again today. What are you not going to do? You're not going to give books away in return for people's dogs. No, you're not going to do that. Where have all these dogs come from, Clarence?
Excuse me, sir or madam.
Somebody in Archlord's garb who is making their way past just stops and says, "Yes."
Where is your finest establishment for us to partake in the eating of food?
Master Dwarf, you will find no fine establishments outside of the city here. You will need to make your way into the center. There are many great places, but most of the best food is served in the houses, is served in private residences. But you will find much good street food, I'm sure.
Yes, we could eat at my house if you want. Yeah.
The man narrows his eyes at Beelzeboob and goes, you're one of them, are you?
Yeah.
Your people disgust me. If they did not control such a large group of the council. But mark my words, one day our people will rise again.
God, they really take eat out to help out very seriously around here, don't they?
Okay, I'll wave with you, Archlord, snooty type person. This is our friend, so you can fuck the fuck off. Go.
He's laughing.
Gosh, he is. Surprised you can even understand a word he says. And he turns and walks away down the street.
Oh, we understand it just fine. Thank you very much.
Beelzeboob, your family and who they represent are somewhere responsible for some kind of oppression of like the day-to-day people around this place?
No, the Archlords are the ones in charge. And then obviously, with great power comes great responsibility.
With great power comes great rizzy bees. That's what I heard. Bees.
Yes, responsibility.
Why do you make it so hard to stick up for you and be your fucking friend? Why? God.
So, listen, have you... I meant to kill your dad's familiar. Still got to do that somehow.
Oh, man. Okay, side quest, quick. Let's go do that quickly, because we can go to the Scrivenborough. Yeah, we got time, it's okay.
But what if I manage to do that, and then the Scrivenborough takes my memory of doing that away from me?
Do not worry. I will hold on to the memory for you, and I will tell you about it every day.
What if it takes you away from me, Shania?
Oh, I had not thought of that.
Bubba gets out his banjolele and just plays like a few little lovely chords underneath this conversation. That
I think we should be.
My heart will go on.
Velda awkwardly leaves, just sort of shuffling off up the street.
Just as Velda leaves, Karagor goes, "What if it takes any of us away?" Oh, well, Velda's fucked off. Well, what if it takes any of us away from each other?
I think we need to accept it. We may lose something we hold dear. Velda may lose Jin. You may lose. You may lose Philippe. I don't know. I may just lose my pocket meat. Oh God! Oh God!
I can't believe you care about your pocket meat.
Hang on, you fucked off a minute ago. You're just creeping on back, are you? Hey?
Yeah, well, I thought you were having a moment.
So you fucked off for that, and you want to come back now, do you? That's classic.
Of course I do. I always do. Look, you don't realise most of the time, but when you two have,
I was trying to do a bit. I was doing a bit about us all.
I could see you were kind of trying to have a bit with
us all about the group, Velda.
Well, I misunderstood with Bubba playing his little love tune and things.
Yeah,
it was very confusing.
I don't scoring for an emotive moment between the five of us.
Enjoy the fucking moment, Velda. Okay? Can't you just enjoy the fucking romance?
But it wasn't my romance. It's not my moment.
Fuck you, enjoy it.
All right, fine. I'll enjoy it. Look, I'm enjoying it. Look at your romance. It's so awkward.
Good, that's better.
It is at this point I would like for us to come out as polyamorous, and this is not the reason. That's not the way I wanted it to happen, but nonetheless,
it's fine. Says the Archlord. I've come back as well. This bazaar is a maze. I thought I was leaving, and I've got to turn around somehow. It's pretty easily done.
Piss off.
I'm trying to. It's pretty awkward.
Yeah. Look, what are we doing? Are we going back to Beelzeboob's? Are we going to a restaurant?
We need some food. Come on.
Yeah, let's go back to Beelzeboob's. Have a little, bit of food.
Whoa. No, why are we floating Beelzeboob's as an option? Oh, is it so I can...
Because the restaurants ain't open, and apparently the best food is in the house.
Yes. Oh. And they are.
I mean, we could go to someone else's house and just say, "Excuse me, can we have some of your food?"
Is there a house nearby, Dan?
Yeah, there's a house nearby.
Where Bubba goes and knocks on the door.
We're not going to go and bounce food. Like, we're in one of the...
The door...
Shut up, Velda, shut up.
The door opens. It's the Archlord you were speaking to a moment ago who just went into his house.
Hello, mate. How are you?
What do you want?
Oh, we were just talking. You were saying that the best house, food, is in people's houses. Can we come in and eat with you?
Curses. Custom requires that I accept.
Okay.
Come on, everyone.
In we go. Let's go.
Why are we doing this?
He invites you into his opulently decorated home. There are tapestries hang up everywhere.
Wow, you have a lot of monies. What are we having for dinner?
Yes, the Archlords are incredibly wealthy, no matter which faction they are a member of.
What is your name?
Yeah, what's your name, mate?
My name... Thank you very much to Veyron, our patron. My name is Ernesto P. Whifflebotham IV.
Nice one. Thank you, Veyron.
Yes.
Thanks, Veyron. Big up, Veyron.
Big up, Veyron.
Of the proud line of Whifflebothams of the Archlords of Nex.
Oh. And have you got a family here, or you just live on your own?
No, the Whifflebothams have died out in our ages-long war with the
trying to talk to their bottoms, talk to each other's bottoms, just whiffling on.
With who?
We have been locked in a war for many years with the other great faction who control the Archlords of Nex. There are two factions within the Archlords of Nex, you see, and we are sworn enemies due to a single misreading of the Book of Nex. You see, in ages past, the great wizard Nex, he wrote down many texts before he disappeared, and all of us seek to live out our lives in strict accordance with the texts of Nex. However, there is disagreement between the two factions over one specific passage in it. There is a passage in there which our people believe that said that Nex would be bound by many vows, and we have followed that throughout our lives. However, the accursed wrong faction believe that sentence in fact read that Nex would be bound by many vowels, and so they have spoken in a ridiculous fashion ever since and consider it to be an important part of their adherence to Nex. And I vow upon myself that we will see them purged from the Archlords once and for all.
And what is the other faction?
No, those are the two factions.
Those are the two factions.
For God's sake. Look, no dinner is worth this exposition.
Yes, it most certainly is. I am sitting down. What are we having for dinner?
Yeah,
this
what's
is
for
fucking
dinner?
fantastic.
Servants just start bringing you all out platters of cold meats and seafood, loads of dates wrapped in leaves of
Damn it.
huge mountains.
Do you have any vegetarian business?
Yes.
You know?
Dates wrapped in leaves.
What?
Dates and leaves.
Wrapped in leaves.
I thought he said rats.
Yeah,
No?
this is one of the most. This is leaves. It's not a statement. It's not. Someone turns up at your door, they date you, they rat on you, and then they leave.
But I don't know. These are strange places, you know.
We're sitting in one of the leading families of this city, and he's serving us rats in leaves. I mean, did you really?
I don't know what the customs are here. I am new here, okay?
Rats and leaves.
It is an ancient next delicacy.
At
My
first-
rats and my leaves.
When he was talking about the different factions, I thought that he was going to serve us Tex next. I think. Which I also have no idea what it is, but sounds tasty. You know.
You require rat in leaves? I have a rat folk servant. I can make him dress in leaves if you wish.
Oh no, just make him leave. That would be nice.
Do you have any entertainment?
He turns around and goes, Squeakathan, you are fired. Get out.
Oh no, don't fire him. Just make him go out the room.
Is there any entertainment?
Yes, I will send out. I will send out for one of the city's finest jugglers.
Wonderful.
Personally, I am finding you very entertaining.
Dan?
Please tell us more about the vowels.
Dan, I rolled a 5 on my liking of the rats and leaves, so on my come dice with me.
We're playing come dice with me now.
We're just integrating it into this story.
Karagor is going, well, we are certainly having a lovely, memorable time, and this may be my favourite memory of all of Quantium. I sure hope that nothing takes it away from me when exacting a cruel price upon my brain.
This is my favourite night that I've ever had in the world. It will make such a good memory.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Snufflebottom, for...
Wiffelbottom, it's Wiffelbottom. Wiffelbottom, least Wiffel.
Wiffelbottom for putting on such an amazing spread.
I've had better.
You are very welcome. It is my duty to anyone who requests custom that I provide it for them.
Can I have 50 gold pieces?
No, you don't. No.
Well, he just said that.
No, he said food and hospitality, not thievery. You can't just have blag cash off him, alright? That's rude, that is.
I don't know, he might have loads of cash though, he might be fine with
it. Doesn't matter, that's not how it works. Alright.
An absolutely ridiculous suggestion. Would you like to sleep with my wife?
Yes, absolutely. We have just told everyone that we are polyamorous, so I'm all for that, please. Show me to her chambers.
He stands up and says, the custom is to refuse this. You have insulted me greatly. Get out of my house.
That's fair enough.
Bye.
Bye.
Can I take some of the food with me?
Put that down. Spit that out. Put that there.
Can we reload this? Can we reload this? Like get an earlier save and do it again.
It's like a fighting fantasy.
Yeah.
Turn to paragraph 217 to nail the dude's wife.
Let's not go there.
We leave.
You grab handfuls of food and you make your way back outside, back past poor Ratathan, who is sitting on the steps crying as you go past.
Sorry about that, Ratathan. I did not. I just meant for you to leave. Are you still fired?
Oh, I do not know. How will I feed my 700 children?
Take this food that I've just taken. I give him the food.
I was just going to give him this dagger, and I was going to tell him to get his own back.
Why would you do that?
King of the Stacks. King of the Stacks.
Get his own back.
He takes
get their own
the
back
dagger
against
and looks at
effectively us, because we're the ones who have.
Yes,
oh yeah, you're right. I'll take it back from him.
Basically,
Shirai gives him the food and says, "Sorry about that. I hope this helps to feed your family. I don't think you're really fired. Why don't you go back in and talk about it? Bye."
What's the time? Dan?
It's the middle of the night by now. Like you've had dinner, but it is night.
That bit was as quick as and as silly as going to Camelot in Monty Python.
Yeah.
We literally did like Danger Club at someone's table. We drink whenever we're able, and then we left again. Let us not stay here. It is a silly place.
All right. Let us go back to my house, and we can. We have lodgings, obviously, and Baba, you can break some more vases if you would like.
Am I allowed to?
Yes.
Amazing.
It's
I
funny
think this is one of
to see my dad's reaction.
Yeah, I think that's one of those lies that he's.
I can't wait to get the vase.
I really do.
Oh no!
enjoy
I'm
it.
sure you enjoy them being broken, but I'm sure that it's not all right.
Have you seen how many vases he's got, Melder? He's got
loads of vases,
It's
mate.
true. It's true. I was going to ask about the vasorium.
My father is a fierce collector of antiquities, of the vase variety.
I've never heard of a fierce collector of antiquities.
Yes.
These are two things that are very not usually mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Give me all your vases now.
Yes, he's very aggressive when it comes to purchasing these antiquities of the vase variety.
Oh.
Well, let's go to the house anyway. I need to have a sleep, and oh god,
Yes,
I'm tired.
Yeah, we go back.
Okay, you make your way to Beelzeboob's home, where you are met. It's late at night, but you're let in by a servant, and Beelzeboob's mother, Felicia Bixby, is waiting as you arrive. She says, "Junior, you did come by. I was starting to worry."
Yes, I've got. Could you get the servants to clean our clothes? We are very dirty. We were playing.
You just walk in. You just walk in, don't you? Does it for you?
What?
Is it the same place?
I think it mends and cleans, but I'm not sure.
Now in this house, it doesn't men.
No, that
Nexus
was in
House is
that-
a different
yeah.
place. Nexus
Different
House
place.
is a Nexus House is the Pathfinder Lodge.
Your-
This is a
Your
different
family
house.
This is
do
just
not,
my
in fact,
house.
live in the
Yeah.
Pathfinder Lodge. Very good. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, if you could clean my friend's clothes. Thank you, mother.
Of course, we'll have the servants
Not
take
you
care of them.
specifically. Sorry, mother. I meant yes, the servants, please.
They nod, and a group of gnolls come forward and go, "Oh, we'll take your clothes."
Yes, if
Are
you
we
want
just
to,
taking our clothes off right here?
Yes,
Is that what we're
usually it
doing?
doesn't. Yeah, I mean, you could go into the cupboard over there, the changing cupboard.
Oh
if
no!
would
Do you know
like.
what? To hell with it. I don't give a shit. Shania takes all her clothes off.
Karagor takes all of his clothes off. Are we doing this now? I thought we could get to know Felicia first before we invited her.
I don't know, Felicia.
I
you
thought we'd at
into
least
this?
do like wine and all. Maybe we could do dates, rats, and leaves first before we get straight into this.
Is my room, Felicia? Is my room upstairs?
Yes, it is at the top of the stairs. That's where the guest quarters are.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, the servants will show you.
Bob walks off.
The knoll shows those of you who wish to. So Bubba wants to go upstairs. Vel, did you say you want to push a vase off?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. Takes Bubba upstairs. Karagor and Shania start taking their clothes off.
Karagor, once he realises that's not the vibe, puts his clothes back on, and then goes, "Yeah, all right, yeah, good, great." Beelzeboob,
Yeah.
when Jam Jam suffers pain, do you suffer pain?
No.
When Jam Jam dies, do you feel a severance and connection? Do your mind go in turmoils or anything like that?
No, not really.
Good to know. Great, thanks. Just off for a big poo. I'm going to use the big fancy toilet. All right. See you later. Bye, Felicia. Lovely to meet you. Very gracious of you to let us use your place like this. And might I say, what lovely hair you've got today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Felicia. Just to be totally sure, you do not want to have sex with me and Karagor, no?
What are you doing? You've got
I'm just checking.
do a little bit of politeness. You've got to work on it for a few days first. Shania!
What? Oh God. Okay. Sorry if I offended anyone. Just trying to get some good times happening. Fuck's sake.
No, I neither want that, nor do I wish to be worked on for several days. That is.
You see, my approach was better.
Karagor brings out a notepad and crosses her name off it. Go, right, fine. Well, Well, consent is key. At least I know that. At least I know.
Beelzebub goes to bed.
Okay. Beelzebub and you head up to your room. Fulton, what does Fulton do?
Oh, yeah. And my other character goes to bed as well.
Fulton comes back from the toilet, goes off to bed.
Velda goes to his room and hopefully gets the servants to be like, you couldn't just freshen up my clothes for me, thanks. That'd be great.
Yep, so they will take away any clothes you want and they clean them up for you. Karagor, Karagor, where are you heading for?
Karagor waits till darkness and would try and to ascertain in that time before most people go to bed whereabouts Mixmax or Mishmash?
Mixmax.
Mixmax has gone. I know he had his own room.
Give me a perception check to try and track down Mixmax in this house.
Should definitely wait until we leave the city before doing any of this stuff.
Well, we're not coming back here, are we?
Isn't Mixmax like Jam Jam?
Dad's version of Jam Jam, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll just create another one. But even still.
23.
23. So you kind of... so in the dead of night, once everyone has gone to bed, a little door opens under the stairs. And a tiny naked man with long swathed back black hair comes wandering out from the tiny door, whistling a merry tune, and just goes, Felicia, you will be mine, as he walks around the corner and out of the room. A moment later, a flower arrangement parts slightly and Karagor just peers out from it as he goes away.
Can I follow silently behind Mixmax? And at an opportune moment, there isn't anyone else around, is there? I know they got servants, you see, so...
most of the servants are now in bed or doing these, so it is very quiet. You're able to avoid people. Give me a stealth check to try and follow Mixmax silently. He's a alchemical creation. He has ears, which is more than Jam Jam has.
It's a 16.
It's a 16. You follow him. At one point, he stops and just kind of looks around and goes, Felicia? Jam Jam?
Yes, it is I, Mixmax. Come to exact my revenge.
He looks around and says, where are you? You accursed inside-out creature.
Don't call.
Begone from me.
You come round to this vase and I'll show you exactly how much pain I'm in and have been for a long time. Oh God, and my master Beelzeboob also smells.
Yes, he does. He smells quite awful indeed. Suffer in your vase, Jam Jam, you vile leaking creature. I hope you drown in your own effluent. I am going to use my working penis to expel my own. Ha! I bet you're jealous of that. And he turns and walks into the bathroom.
As he turns,
and closes the door.
As he turns, I just leap out with a cloth. I go, get in the bag, run! Just bundle him up.
Athletics check.
What check, sorry?
Athletics.
Come on, I'm great at this.
I can't believe you're kidnapping a tiny naked man.
He says really creepy things about Ross's mum. It's an 8, so it's a 13. It's a 21.
21, that's enough. He turns as he's just about to walk into the bathroom. You just leap on him and put a bag over him and pull him up. His little bare feet are just kicking out the top of the bag, and the bag is just wriggling. And you can just hear muffled from in it. Get me out! What are you doing? I won't have your head for this.
You creepy little bastard. Right, and I like to sneak out. Is the mansion overlooking, say, a river or a bridge or something like that? Where are we looking out to?
There's if you go up to your room, the window looks out onto a lovely river that runs through a lovely stream that runs through this nice part of the city. Don't want to drown him, but I just sneak out the house with the bag. Okay.
And then I just take it quite a far little walk, slung over my shoulder. I'm like, why'd you keep banging on about Felicia like that? You're dead creepy, you.
She will be mine one day.
What do you mean by yours one day? Why?
It is my right. She is the woman of my master, and therefore I am entitled.
That's not how it works. That's entitlement. That is, you creepy. Are you made with like the underlying ego of your creator? Is that why Jam Jam's so bloody weird?
Karagor could hear in his head Shania's voice going, "Women are not objects. He cannot possess them. So there's no point. He cannot possess any of us."
Yeah. Karagor hung out with showgirls long before he met Shania. He's fully aware of this shit. Right. I'm just gonna let you know that in case you get reincarnated with any of your previous memories and stuff, I'm gonna yeet you into a river now. All right, because of your attitude towards Felicia and women in general. Okay, so you're gonna drown knowing that.
Please, no. I will give you this. I will give you a silver piece.
How big?
Small. The only size I could fit in my butt.
Oh. You lost me at butt, and I just kick the bag as hard as I can into the river.
The bag just goes sailing over the river and just lands in it with a splash, and then just starts floating away. A raggedy-looking man over the other side of the bridge, also holding a struggling sack, just drops it over the side as well. You hear it land with a splash. He gives you a nod. He goes, "Yeah, I know," and just walks off.
I nod to him and go, got to teach him consent the hard way, haven't we? Oh, God, that was weird. Right, I'm going to sneak back into the house now.
I wish you could see all of this unfold, Dangerlings, because Scott at the moment, only his face is lit up on his back, and his Zoom background is Karagor, and so he's in Karagor's stomach like Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's so weird.
I've also put the little man in the river. I've also put my little cape over my head as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Horrible and wonderful. So you return back to the house, where you're able to go to bed after as you're just as.
I was going to say while this is going on, Velda's giving Jin a big bath. So she's going to cleaning him up.
In a bag?
No, just a regular, gentle, loving little bath, making him all clean, completely unbeknownst to the tiny murder that's going on outside.
And Philippe is giving Shania a bath. She's in the bath. Philippe is scrubbing her and making bubbles, and she's going, that's so good.
He's making bubble. Is it like Men in Tights? He's got like a pipe that he just blows into the
I love the fact as well that Philippe's the one that was in the muck and got completely covered in stuff, and you're having the bath and he's just all crusty, watching you just being like, oh.
That's right. He showers after Shania.
You know the rules, Philippe.
Is there a vase in Bubba's room?
Yes, Bubba, there is a vase on a shelf in your room.
Bubba's just laying on the bed, having a little pluck of his banjolele, and every now and again just kind of looks over at the vase and then goes, no, just go to sleep.
You just in your mind, you can just hear, Bubba, push me, Bubba. Push me. It would be so easy, Bubba.
Is the vase is it Copus Mentis?
No, the vase is not. No,
is it Copus Mentis? You are, mate. You are, Mars. What are you grateful for?
The famous sentient vases of Nex.
We're in a magical place, man.
It's true.
The vase could just go, hey, Bubba. All of a sudden, I'm on a magical journey all night. You know what I mean?
Just like Beauty and the Beast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yellow Submarine.
We've got enough animal companions in this without Bubba getting a talking vase.
From now on, there's just a talking vase in his mind.
Like Fulton's brother just lives with Bubba all the time.
Yeah, he's got all these animated friends that no one else can see.
Okay, so you make your way, Karagor, you make your way back to the house and up to your room. As you're just going into your room, you can hear downstairs the voice of Beelzeboob Bixby II being like, Mix Max! Where are you, you confounded little man? And you hear him just going off somewhere else in the house.
Yeah. Confounded little man. Make him better next time, mate. Make him better. I go to bed.
You go to bed, and you sleep the sleep of the just.
I haven't done a roguey thing in a while. It felt quite roguey.
Incredibly and a nicely kind of accepted and then completed side quest there. Nice. You wake up the next day and you are given a hearty breakfast at the household. Again, Beelzeboob's father does not call on to join you for breakfast. But after you've been eating for a little while, you've got some time to have a little chat before you leave if you want to.
So, go and find this library. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess. Yeah. How's everyone? Is everyone feeling full, up to strength, ready for this?
Yeah, I think so. That breakfast was... What was included in the breakfast, Dan?
So the breakfast, it's mostly fruit. There's a lot of fruit served up for you. You've got some dates. You've got a lot of dried fruit as well, and there's some sweet couscous as well, which has been cooked with coconut milk.
Ooh,
delicious.
Yeah, everyone layer up on that couscous because all that fruit's well good for you and that, but you're going to get too much glucose and sugar straight into your bloodstream straight away without any decent carbohydrates or fats to layer it up with. So smash that couscous down, then start on the fruit. All right.
Mother.
Yes, Junior.
Do we have any spare healing potions that my friends could possibly take for something that we are doing today? To the servants, could the servants get us some healing potions?
Yes, I suppose I could send some to the bazaar to pick some up for you. It would take an hour or so, but we could get you a few.
Yes. Ross, you're just trying to see how far you can push this resource. Like, I have a node.
Because I was like,
what could I
be here
milk
for an
out
hour?
of it? I am technically rich, so
could you get 50 gold pieces as well for breakfast?
Thank you, Mother. Thank you.
So she dispatches a servant away to the bazaar to go and pick up some healing potions. One of the other servants comes in after a while as you're finishing up breakfast and says, "Young Master Beelzeboob, Master Beelzeboob wishes to speak with you in his study."
Yes, thank you. I'll be with you in a minute. I have to go speak to my father.
Oh, Beelzeboob,
Yes?
just, listen to what he has to say, be respectful, but remember to stand up for yourself, don't you?
Thank you, Karagor. Thank you.
You're a good lad. Don't let him get you down, alright?
Yes.
Beelzebub goes.
Okay, you head up to the study. There is the large sealed door to the study, the big oak door carved with different runes and family sigils. That it is currently closed. So you knock on the door and you hear your father's voice from within saying, "Enter."
Beelzebub takes a breath, puts his hand on the door, and then goes in.
You step into your father's study. There are tall bookcases all around it and a big desk at one end. A huge window behind that looks out onto the river. Stacks of papers and things and notes all over the thing. A great symbol of banner of necks hanging on one of the walls. Your father is stood behind his desk. On the desk is the carcass of a deer that your father is currently just slicing into with a knife, and is just skinning part of. Beelzebub.
Yeah.
So, it has been a long time since we spoke.
Yes.
Tell me, why have you come back to Nyx?
Me and my friends are on a adventure.
An adventure. Frivolous activity. The Archlords do not engage in adventures, Beelzeboob. We engage in politics and the acquisition of knowledge. That is something that is of value to us.
That's what you think, Father. I have left this place and not stuck around here talking to old people in big council rooms. I am out there changing the world with my friends. Not everything can be discussed in rooms, you know.
Those council rooms gave you all of this, Beelzebub. You would have nothing if it weren't for the council and for my work upon it. You would have nothing if it weren't for the work of our family going back. You leave this city because you disgraced our family. That is why you were sent away, because you are a disappointment.
I left this city because I hate you.
He drops the knife. Says, "What did you say?"
I said, I hate you. You have always wanted me to become something that I am not. You have always made me feel so small. But I'm not. I am Beelzebub Bixby III. And I have friends. And they like me for who I am. And I am doing good in this world.
He clenches his fists, knuckles turning white, and he says, "Those friends will abandon you, Beelzebub. And when they do, you wouldn't have a family to go back to. Your family is what matters, not some random people that you meet in the street who pretend to like you while laughing behind your back. You know that they're laughing at you, don't you, Beelzebub? Everybody laughs at you. Well, your family are the only friends you have."
If you are the only friends that I have, you are the worst friends. You have been laughing at me my entire life inside this house. You think I'm a disappointment, so what is it different to the people out there who laugh at me? At least I found some people who actually want and appreciate me for who I am. I love Mother, and I hate you. And I always have. You never accepted me for who I am.
He looks at you. "Get out. Get out of my house. You think that you can make it on your own? You think these friends can help you? Let's see how well you do without the help of your family behind you. I don't ever want to see you here again."
I wish you all the happiness in the world, Father. I hope you get what you want. Stuck here in this city. Goodbye forever.
And your father turns and just turns his back on you and looks out the window shaking with rage.
Beelzebub walks down the stairs, joins Jam and everyone back at the table. Just gets his mother off to the side as she's like busy doing whatever. Just pulls her to the side and says,
"Mother, I am going out today. And I may not be back for a little while. I just wanted to say I love you. Thank you for always being there, for trying to reason with Father."
She looks at you strangely and then looks up at the top of the stairs to the study and then looks back and says, "Is everything all right, Junior?"
Beelzebub looks upstairs towards the place he was talking to his father in and looks back at her, gives a half smile and goes,
Yes, everything is It's okay.
And that's where we leave it for tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shizmas.
What a moment.
That was nice.
I really
Charles
wanted you
Dance.
to come back.
Charles Dance,
Yeah.
his accent's wobbling a bit there, but it was
He's
a really
having fun with the role. He's having fun with the
It
role.
was, he was having fun.
With that.
I really wanted you to come back downstairs to Karagor flirting with your mum, but I think that was a you thing. Shouldn't have been a me thing. I left that one.
Mrs. Robinson.
There's keys in a bowl.
And that's why you want to get rid of Mixmax, because he's a competitor, right? He's in the way.
Hi, Scott here. Just want to tell you that this week's episode was made possible by all of our patrons, and especially our Dangerling of the Week, Stu Jackson. To become a Dangerling of the Week, go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast. Thank you, patrons.